Hi everyone, Inferno here.
No, I said you could. Never mind. Hi, hello, welcome back to Rips. Once again, we have more talented people drawing stuff, so we're just gonna quickly show up before we start the session because beautiful art is beautiful.
It
So
is.
there you
I'm
go.
gonna start with two memes real quick. What if I told you that Nathan wants you really dead to get the best job promotion ever? And then we have another one that's from Dr. Gnome. Another one
Yes.
from Dr. Gnome. One does not simply change their character's hair without changing the entire thing. Boromir. And then we get on to the art. This one is from Kinsey. A few of these are from Kinsey. Kinsey was drawing... I should show this one first. Kinsey was drawing Rift characters as cats.
Yeah.
So you have Tomcat playing with flames. You have... who's the one in the middle?
Alicia.
Oh, Alicia Cat. And then you've got Patrick Cat sleeping with his hard hat. You've got Owl Cat with the ball of yarn. You've got Mila Cat wiggling on top of the desk. And you've got Pam Cat at the bottom. And I'm guessing that's Canadia Cat.
That's Inferno Daddy Cat.
Yes, I know. I was just looking at the Canadian, which is actually a well done maple leaf right there.
Well, I certainly hope so. She's one of us, so.
Yes, so that's I love that. I love the characters as cats. And then we've got another one with Nathan Cat. One day you will be mine. Just watches you while you sleep.
Yep.
So that is all we've got for the Rift stuff. Oh no, I'm sorry. We've got Mila in college. Kriana drew that.
Yes, I was about to say lies, but I can't. Because it says Kriana right there.
There's a couple more actually, Squee.
Yeah.
Some?
You missed
A bunch of stuff
bunch,
from
actually.
Alora. Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Are you?
I guess I got to more.
I thought I
Ardenfell
was
stuff
incompetent, but man, check this out. Look at this guy.
What am I missing now?
Okay, let me link it to you real quick.
Yeah, because
I'll link
I'm looking
each
at the
of these.
Riftyfell thing, and I'm not seeing them.
You have to click all. I think you're just clicking favorites.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go. See, I don't know how this Twitter stuff works. All right, hang on. I can find it. Oh, hey, there's one from Patrick. Patrick and Mila crying when they say goodbye to Ver. That's cool. I've never seen
really
this
cute.
stuff. I didn't know this thing exists. All right, what else we got? Oh, God, we've got more cats. We've got, Flick. Okay, that's Pam. That's... Oh, I don't know who that is. And that's a vampire. I'm
Okay,
confused.
anyways, it's a picture.
Yes.
This is time for yourself because it might take Squee forever.
We've got more. Whoa, Mila, and okay, I'm not sure who these are, but this is really.
I think it's the idea. I think the idea was Alora. She made this way back in the day, and one of the other characters was also named Mila, and it looks vaguely like her.
Oh, I see.
it.
Oh, I see. Actually, yeah, it does. All right, we've got Morin.
Yep, and that I just want to say right now, perfect. I gave Alora my description that I said to you guys, and that was in my notes, and she drew a picture of it, and it's nailed right on the head as to how I imagined her. So, there you go.
Morin's the one that was kind of spacey, right?
Yes,
Got it.
she was the one who could open up rifts, and
The
almost
one
got
that
eaten
I'm an ant.
by sidekick. Yeah.
Let's see here. What else we got? We got the kitties.
I'm glad to see my NPCs are so memorable. She's the spacey one, right? Yes. I think that's it then.
I think so. Yeah, a bunch of Kip stuff. So there we go. There. I know. I can now Twitter.
You can Twitter better.
I can Twitter better.
With that, let's get back into the game. I won't rehash the entire last session, but suffice to say that you are in another person's home with two hostages. Karen, who is tied up and is pleading for her life, and a still paralyzed and unmoving Coins. Of course, Coins also goes by the name of Kobe Monk, but his nickname's Coins, and well, that's what we're going to refer to him as, is by his street name or his nickname. So I will leave this into your able hands there, dear PCs. Do you have any questions before you begin?
No, I do have a statement that Karen was also gagged.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you gagged her. That's right.
Mhm.
All right, cool. All
And
right,
that's it for me.
okie doke. Who you starting with?
Well,
Uh,
oh,
Go ahead,
Go
Mila.
ahead.
I was just gonna say Mila would be because I think if I remember correctly, Mila and Al are watching over coins right now.
Yes.
Was there anyone else there? Okay, I think Mila would just look at Al and be like, "So, what do we do now?"
I'll look up at Mila over coins, where coins hopefully can't see him, and kind of shrug a
Well, it
little.
depends on
bit.
whether you put him face up or face down.
I don't know. I guess we actually had him leaned against the wall. So I guess Al would look up at Mila and say, now that things are a bit quieter, and he kind of looks over to where I'm assuming we can hear a muffled,
Yes.
what's her face, and then look back to Coins and say, now I think it's time to ask our friend some questions. His paralysis should be wearing off soon.
Pretty soon, yes.
Yes.
And Pam has already suggested, and I'm going to continue with this since she's being NPC'd right now. She can, with a thought, just make sure his legs and arms don't move and make sure he can speak just fine. In fact, she offers that to Tom as well, and she gives a bit of a creepy smile. She says, if he gets sick of listening to her talk, I can take away her voice temporarily too.
Can Al ask her to, and she may have already been thinking this, to not tell us in front of Coins, or like to do it in such a way that Coins doesn't know that's what's going on? Or,
Is there a way to...
like, did she just come out and say that in front of him, or...
Well, she would have just mentioned it in passing to you guys, and since it's a small room, then yeah, it would
Okay.
be...
That's fine.
He would hear it.
Okay. Never mind then. I was going to go the whole psychological warfare thing, but... Then,
You still can.
but yeah, then I will plop down in front of Coins, like nonchalant, sit cross-legged in front of him,
Uh-huh.
and say, any minute now you should be able to talk, and hopefully you'll tell me things I want to hear. Because if you don't, well, she won't be needing to stop you from moving, because death will do that for me.
His eyes look up at you blearily, and after a few minutes, you do see his jaw and neck and arms loosen quite a bit. He goes to raise up an arm just groggily, but it soon flops onto the wooden floor like a dead fish. And clearly it looks like Pamela is doing as she promised. But he's able to speak, and in a voice he looks up at you with deep brown eyes, and he says, I'm dead already. You see,
Oh, go ahead.
we got caught, and the people who hired me aren't going to make me live, so you can kill me now or they can kill me later. So instead of you talking about killing me, why don't you start talking about ways that I'm actually going to make it out of here alive?
Al will consider it for a moment, and then say, fair enough. Question first, do they know you've been caught?
Probably not, no.
Well, let me make you a deal then. I want to know everything about your slaver friends, where they are, how they operate, how many slaves they have, including any weaknesses that you may have perceived in their defenses, and if you answer my questions to a satisfactory amount that I deem, then I will hand you over to the authorities instead of ending your life.
No, you hand me over to the authorities, that's a death sentence. So why would I even agree to that? Might as well have you kill me right now. You're professional about it. But you can slip a needle in my skin and I'd fade away.
No. I hate slavers far too much for that. Here's a chance to sell yourself. Offer me an alternative.
He thinks for a moment. He says, the only chance I'm going to make it out there is if I hit the ground running and just take off from here and go as far as I can and hope that you fuck up the rest of them and I can get away scot-free. That's the only reason. You let me do that and then I'll talk. I'll tell you where to find everyone.
That's not happening, but let me offer you a counter. You help us take them down, and then maybe, when the authorities find out about it, the story changes a bit to where, well, you helped us take them down, instead of being one of them. If you say you're dead either way, either I kill you and trust me, it will not be painless. Or they kill you, which I assume they're at least as good at it as I am, then really your only chances are to run like mad, which isn't going to happen. Or to kill me, which isn't going to happen. Or to help me kill them. And come out looking like a hero.
Tempting, but I don't know if I can trust you. Who's to say you won't just shoot me in the head when you get what you want anyway?
No one.
Oh,
But
there you go.
it certainly beats what I have planned for you if you don't cooperate.
Oh, really? And what do you have planned for me?
Al will show the needle again. How much do you know about poisons?
Not a whole lot.
It's marvelous what poisons can do. They can paralyze you, kill you, make you feel like your entire body is on fire for days before you slowly die. It can make you feel like you're dying from a sickness, only to look like you're recovering and then coughing up blood until you perish. I am extremely good with poisons. And the beauty of it is, it's not messy. Not for me, anyway. There's no cleanup, there's no mess, there's no fuss. It's just you, here in a house, for days. Nothing but your own pain, until you finally expire.
Is anyone else going to say or do anything at this point?
No, this is pretty good.
Nope.
Okay. He gives a bit of a smile and says, couple days of pain, then I die. That's not too bad, I guess. You know, there's one other thing I guess you should know. I'm not only just in charge of capturing these guys, I'm also in charge of feeding them. They're tucked away, far away, and if I'm dead, they'll starve to death. So, maybe you don't want to kill me.
You seem to misunderstand your situation here. I get it that you don't have much value for your own life, which is admirable, I guess.
Oh no, I have great value for my life, motherfucker. It's just that I'm not gonna throw it away so easily. I'm at a point where I can make a run for it or I die. I just am very aware of it. So you either let me run, and I'll tell you everything, or you don't, and I die.
Al will
At
just
this
sit and stare at him.
point, okay, and at this point, you hear a thought in your head that is Pamel's voice, and it says, he has his guards up. I can break them down pretty easily, if you let me. Just say, you're an idiot, if you agree.
You're an idiot.
And with that, Pamela gives a big, toothy grin, and she wheels her chair over next to the fellow. And he kind of looks up at her nervously, since, well, she looks foreign, for lack of a better word. And she gets down, and she actually crawls out of her chair, and she lays beside the paralyzed man. And she brings a clawed finger out to kind of stroke his hair carefully and goes, "You have problems with trust, and I'm going to help you with that. You see," she says, "we're not here to stop you, really. We're not here because we work for the law. We're just here to warn you." And he kind of looks at her carefully, and already you can see that his face has gone from a hostile, like, grimace to kind of relaxed, somewhat confused. And her eyes peer directly into his own as she rests next to him, and she says, "That's right. Your bosses are trying to eliminate you. We were hired to stop you, but we don't want to do that. We're your friends." He pauses for a moment. He goes, "No, I don't know you. I know you don't know us. But we know some of the same people as you do. And we agreed to them that we'd make sure nothing would happen to you. That's all. We just want to make sure everything is fine. We just want to make sure the slaves are safe. Then you can go. Then, you can run to the hills with your life. But it's okay. You can trust us." And with that, he pauses for a moment as he makes his saving throw.
Oh, of course.
And with that, he gulps a little bit and goes, Yeah, I thought it was weird how you guys just kind of came out of the blue and you didn't show any badges or anything like that." She goes, "Yes, exactly. Now, I'm sorry that my friend threatened you, but he was just doing what he was told. But you can tell me. You can trust me." And he goes, I don't. She goes, "It's okay. It's fine. Why don't you just tell us where they are first? Let's just start it real simple, okay?" He says, "Okay. They're still in Huddersfield. There's a burned barn and homestead there. It's been abandoned for a few years. There's a field there, and underneath some fake grass is this old survivor shelter. That's where we stuck them." She goes, Good. Here, I'm going to bring over some of my other friends here." And she waves over Mila and Tom and Patrick. But she keeps Al away, just because, and you get a telepathic message that you're the negative enforcer,
Right.
and
Bad
it
cop.
might break this. Yeah, you're bad cop, so she's bringing over a couple good cops. She goes, Good. And she looks to you guys to see if you have any other questions for him.
Any questions for us? All right, where are those? We already got that. Do you want to ask him, who is the person, like, who is his direct boss?
And he kind of hesitates for a moment, and he says, "I don't know if I should tell you." And Pam goes, No, it's okay. We just want to make sure the information that we got was the same. You do want to tell us. And he licks his lips, and he says, No. I can't. If it's as dangerous as you said, I don't want you guys to get involved. I trust you guys too much. And Pam frowns a little bit and shakes her head. It seems that she got a mind block there, so he just resisted the question too much. Yeah. Anything else from anyone else?
I've honestly got nothing.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. She says, "All right then. Thanks. Now, you've had a long day, I understand. You're very tired. You are very tired. And she looks him in the eyes again, and his eyes start to droop. And she goes, "Yep, just relax, fall asleep." And after a few minutes, he starts falling into a very deep sleep as she pulls herself back into her chair. And she gives kind of a frown and a disliking grimace as she says, "I hate being all nicey nice like that, but it didn't look like Yoroi was working, so I had to invoke a sense of trust. We were still gonna kill him, right?"
Al raises an eyebrow. I'm not a fan of cold-blooded murder myself. I'd rather turn him over to the authorities, but I'm definitely not letting him get away.
Fair enough. It's just I remember what you guys did for Coleman for me, and this guy's just like him.
Yeah, but this place has rules, and
Oh,
that was frontier justice.
she shrugs a little bit and she just simply says, fair enough, I guess. Whatever you humans want to do."
So, what is it we know exactly from him?
Oh, that we know the location of where he kept the slaves, so his threats on making them starve to death mean nothing now.
Ah, I see. Okay. So we didn't ask them anything like people, how many are defending them, how they're defending them.
No, but we can figure that out. I mean, we were tried to figure out who the boss was, but I had a mental block in regards to that. As
Understandable.
he said that the slaves are kept in a secret underground survival bunker underneath the field. It seems by the sounds of it that they're kept secret, so they wouldn't have any armed people outside that would give too much away, don't you think?
No, I agree. It's certainly enough to go off on if we can't get anything else. I've got one more play to make on him, and we'll see if
Sure.
it has any results. And Al will...
And Pamela says, I don't just have to invoke trust. I can invoke confusion, and I can definitely invoke fear and terror. Maybe if we get him jostled enough, he'll start spilling the beans.
Actually-
You just let me know.
How about you help me with my last little push here? You have the ability to make people feel pain, yes?
She gives a very slow nod.
Good. When he wakes up and Al starts messing with his arm, I'm going to tell him that I'm injecting him with a poison. I'm not going to inject him with anything, but the power of the mind itself, when someone thinks they've been poisoned, they tend to start feeling like they've been poisoned. And if you can, push that feeling on along a little bit, we'll see how much he actually bluffs when he thinks I actually have poisoned him.
Okay.
So
She says, and she pauses for a moment. How much in pain do you want him to be?
can you make it start gradually, but as much as you want? And I would like, what's your time span? Ideally, for this to work well, we'd need about an hour where it slowly builds. Is that something you can do without killing yourself, or does it need to work quickly?
No, it doesn't need to work quickly. I definitely have enough reserves to allow for something like that, yes.
Okay. If it starts building up slowly like an actual poison, and he really feels that it is a poison, that we're the only chance that he's not going to die from it, he might be more susceptible. And if that doesn't work, then, and Al kind of grins at Pam, terror is always another good way.
All right.
So, and I'm going to set my little needle to not inject anything.
Okay, cool. Well, he's asleep, so it's not
Right.
like he can see. Excellent. Yeah, because we discussed that earlier. So you're able to toggle it so it doesn't inject anything. It's just a needle. We're going to get him set up, and since this is going to take an hour, ideally an hour, to play this ruse, as soon as what will happen is we'll just do the initial injection, and her planting the idea in his head. And then we're going to switch over to Tom and whomever else to deal with this Karen lady, because I think it's fair enough to assume, right?
Not only that, I was going to ask one more question, but after that was done, I was just going to leave him to go watch Tom and Karen. So kind of watch over him. One question I can ask Pam before he wakes up. Does he remember anything he told us while
Of course.
under your... So he remembers that he told us all these things.
Yes, and
Good.
he might probably still have residual memories of trust as well.
Good.
Except that it might break when he sees you.
Well, the fact that he knows that his whole the slaves will die without him ruse won't work anymore is what's really important.
Okay.
All right. So when he wakes up, I'm just gonna be sitting in front of him again, quietly.
Okay. And Pamel asks, "Do you want me to wake him up?"
Yes, please.
Okay. And she wheels over, or she hovers over. She just leans over and grabs his ear and just twists it a little bit until he just wakes up in pain. She gives a bit of a chuckle and then just hovers away. He's awake. He still can't move his arms and legs.
Al will look at him for a good while and then just say, "Nope, I don't buy it. I don't buy you're as tough as you think you are." And with that, Al's just going to just put a hand against his chest and inject him with the needle, so somewhere where he's definitely going to feel it.
Okay.
And then pull it slowly and say, "That is a lethal poison. It will start taking place slowly, but you'll start to feel it. And in about an hour, you're going to be crying. I do have an antidote, and this thing takes a really long time. So if you do happen to change your mind, I'll be in the other room." And then he just gets up and walks away.
Okay. Coins' eyes widen considerably, and he grunts in pain and swears a few curse words as you stick him and explain that to him. And he looks fervently over to Pamel, whom he trusts ever so dearly. And she simply shakes her head, looks him square in the eyes, and she says, "He's right. That poison will go through your system, and you won't be able to resist. I'm so sorry, but it looks like you will die, probably in great agony within the hour." And he swears a little bit louder, but he just simply yells, You're making a big mistake here, man. Just let me go. Just let me go, and then I'll tell you. I'll tell you, and then you let me go. Whatever, however it works, man. And then I guess that just fades off for a little bit, because you're going to just let him stew anyway. So unless one of the other PCs interjects...
No.
Okay. We will let him stay off in the other room to panic while you guys deal with Karen. Now, Karen has heard all of this. You didn't cover her ears. So now she is terrified right now. Her eyes are bugged out. They're filled with tears as she kind of just shakes her head, and she's still muffling words like, "Please let me go, I'm so sorry." Like that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go up to her, and before I take the gag off, I'm going to say, "Look, I want you to be quiet. This one."
Oh, hold up a second, Byrne. Is anyone else hearing him super
Yeah, you got a little
robotically?
robotic-y. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
What we might have to do is have someone else host the call, because maybe the internet connection's too weak, because I don't want you to say something and then us not hear it there, Byrne.
I'll do it.
Okay. All right.
Right.
Quick recess.
While no one's on the call, I just wanted to say hi to everyone in the chat. And I want you all to... Hang on. How about something strange? How about every single one of you ask Inferno where he lives all at once, but don't say anyone told you. Just act like it was all just random, like you all just decided to do it. That'd be amazing.
There we go.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Do I sound okay?
Yes, now you sound fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you sound good.
Yeah, we just wanted, like, I didn't want you to say all this and be like, we can't hear you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.